let's go to the player ratings. Let's rate these players out of 10 for today. So let's start with Aaron Ramsdale. So I always write the player ratings in the first half, and then as the second half goes on, I change it a bit in case they add goals or they do something amazing. So Ramsdale 8. I think he made a couple of saves, and then from corners, his handling of the ball was great. No problem with his kicking at all as well. In the first half, there's a time he just kicked the ball long to Jesus. He does that for fun, like the way he does it. If you compare him to De Gea in terms of kicking, like the difference is massive. So I definitely do understand why Ramsdale was chosen instead of Leno. The kicking alone, like Leno cannot make a pass like that the way Ramsdale makes every single day. So I'll give him an 8 for today. I had a 7, but he did keep a clean sheet, so I added 1 point. And Ramsdale is one of those players, when he keeps a clean sheet, like he feels so better. Even if we win 6-0, and then he doesn't keep a 6-1, and then he doesn't keep a clean sheet, he's not happy. But when you win 1-0, 6-0, he's very happy. So really, really good to have him. That his leadership quality is great. So Ramsdale gets an 8 for today. Let's go to the left back. Zinchenko, I've given him an 8. Another great performance, clean sheet. Like, he's keeping Tierney out of the team. Tierney is back fit. Like, I remember 2 seasons ago, if Tierney wasn't there, we were totally screwed. I remember last season, like, if Saka wasn't there, we are totally screwed. Like, right now, it doesn't feel like that. Like, even if Tierney is not there, Zinchenko is there, it's fine. Even if Zinchenko is not there, Tierney is there, it's fine. Like, things are looking good in terms of that. And Zinchenko, he also got an extra point because of this celebration. Like, he was totally shook. He could not believe Saliba had scored from there. So I'll give him an extra point for that celebration. And he was also part of the team that kept a clean sheet, and he also played the entire 90 minutes. So Zinchenko gets an 8. That is 3 games in a row that he's looked so good, man. Again, some people were saying, why are we paying 30 million for Zinchenko? This guy does not even start at Man City when they don't have a left back. Cancelo's been moved from right back to left back. Zinchenko is crap. Why are Arsenal buying him? Arteta is making another mistake. Tierney is better. Why didn't we keep Tavares and sell Zinchenko, not buy Zinchenko? All that, you get what people were saying. So Zinchenko gets an 8 for today. Next up, the right back, I've given White an 8 for today. In the clean sheet. So I had a 7 for all of them because they didn't really have a lot to do in the first half. But in the second half, Bournemouth started attacking. I created a couple of chances and they were clearing the ball, and he kept a clean sheet and he got subbed off. Job done. And remember, as he's playing right now, and let's not forget that is not his actual position, Ben White, and we've not even noticed it because he's playing so well there. Like last season, and Tomiyasu wasn't there, you noticed that Tomiyasu wasn't there. Right now, Tomiyasu, even without Tomiyasu playing, we've not even really noticed that Tomiyasu is in there because clean sheets. White was great against Zaha today. He was great again. So I've given him an 8, kept a clean sheet. The next one is Saliba. I had a 7 before, and then he scored that goal, and I upgraded that by 2, and he gets another 9 in an Arsenal shirt. Saliba, 9 out of 10. Now, again, just like Ben White and Zinchenko in the first half, we didn't have a lot to do, but they provide other qualities. Their passing is so easy. Like, I feel so safe. Like, whenever Mustafi and like Socrates had the ball, I was totally, myself. Like, I was S-ing myself, the S word. Yes, I was totally cropping myself whenever the likes of Mustafi had the ball. Right now, whenever the likes of Saliba have the ball, I am not worried at all. I know the pass is going to be great. I know they're going to make the correct decision. And all these guys are below 25, 24, like some of them are even 21. That is just crazy. So Saliba gets a 9 for today. What a goal. Opened his Arsenal account, and you can see how happy everyone was for him. The fans are happy with him. Look at how everyone is smiling. Gabriel is smiling. Don't ask me which Gabriel, all of them. Ben White is smiling, Xhaka is smiling, Odegaard is smiling, Saka is smiling, Partey is smiling. Even the fans behind them, some of the Bournemouth fans are trying not to smile because the goal was so good. Just look at that. Like, everyone is happy for Saliba. So Saliba gets a 9 for today. And then I've done Ben White. So Gabriel, I've given him an 8. Part of the clean sheet again. I really love Gabriel. Like, another thing I love about these defenders, hopefully nothing happens, touch wood, injured. Like Ben White, Gabriel, I know got suspended last season, but whenever it's not like they're not injury prone. They can easily play all 38 games of the season, and that is what you need: consistency with your backline. You need everyone to be fit. If you can stay consistent with your goalkeeper and your backline, is going to be great, because last season, remember, if you kept everyone fit and you kept everyone in the team, Tomiyasu, Partey and Tierney, would have gotten that top 4, but the injuries totally killed us. So Gabriel gets an 8. So those are the defenders: Ramsdale 8, Zinchenko 8, Gabriel 8, Saliba 9, and Ben White 8. Thomas Partey, I've given him a 7, and I guess the midfield was solid, but again, I don't think they had too much to do. But then again, maybe the reason why the defense didn't have a lot to do was because Partey and Xhaka were just solid in the midfield, and they didn't really have no one passing them. But I think there are other better players than them today. Nothing wrong about their performance, but Partey gets a 7 today. Actually, let me correct that. There's a couple of things wrong. Partey gave away a very dangerous free kick, a necessary free kick in the second half that could have easily been a goal and would have destroyed the clean sheet. So I'm going to give him a 7 for today. Xhaka, I'm going to do the same. I know Tactical in the chat has said Xhaka, man of the match. I think he was great. I think he's been great this season. I think he's been great in preseason as well. He's definitely improved. But I do look at every single detail, and I did count 2 times he gave away the ball. And when he gave away the ball in the 77th minute, to be precise, we almost conceded from that, and we could have we'd have killed our clean sheet. So I look at every single detail of the game, and we have to be fair in terms of the player ratings. 7 is not a bad score, man. Like last season, we were giving them 2s and 3s. So Xhaka gets a 7 the end of last season. Martin Odegaard, 2 goals for Arsenal. Last week I gave him a 7. The previous week I gave him a 6. Today, Martin Odegaard, you are going to get a 9. Man of the match, probably. Scored 2 goals. Leader, captain, our new captain. He's looking very good. The thing I love about Odegaard is, like, when he has the ball, I know he's going to make the right decision, like in terms of passing, like through balls, like lobbed passes, all that. And today he actually scored 2 goals. If I can add 2, you can add 2 goals to his game. Just even I'd actually only asked for 7 goals from him this season. He's already gotten 2. If he can get 7 goals for us this season, that would be great. Like, he doesn't even have, like, as I said, last season, if Saka didn't score, we were totally screwed. The previous season, if Aubameyang didn't score, we wouldn't get a goal. This season, I'm not worried. Like, Saka hasn't even performed that great the last 2 games, but you haven't even noticed it because Odegaard has stepped up, Jesus has stepped up, Xhaka has stepped up, Martinelli has stepped up. Even when one player goes off form, another one is doing great. Like, that is great. That is something great to have. So Odegaard gets a 9 for today. That is his first brace at Arsenal. I was really hoping he'd get a hat-trick. I was really hoping Jesus would get a hat-trick last week. But we are getting goals. I think we'll definitely improve on the number of goals all these players score. If you can mix it up, one of them gets 5, another one gets 7, another one gets 8, we are not going to struggle for goals. And also the disallowed goal, it was actually Odegaard's pass, so it could have been an assist as well on top of that, but it got disallowed, Jesus' goal. So Odegaard gets a 9. Let me know if he's your man of the match, or do you think the likes of Saliba or Xhaka were better? Bukayo Saka, just as I said, I've given him a 7. I mean, last season everything was going through him, and the previous season as well. This last 2 games, we are not using his wing that much like we are using last season, just the right side. No, we don't have to use him, but he's not bad at all. I noticed the defending, the way he was coming back and helping Ben White to defend. He was not being caught out of position. I do like that. He did lose a couple of balls in the first half. That is why I'm only giving him a 7. No problem though. He's still one of our best players, and let's hope he does improve. The good thing with what we have right now, if he doesn't play well, he knows Marquinhos can easily be called from the under 18, under 21. We can easily bring in, I don't know, you can have Smith Rowe playing on that side. It could be anyone. Smith Rowe played Fabio Vieira in midweek in the under 21s game. He played on the right side. That is the Saka position. So Fabio Vieira could play, like, if anyone plays badly there, either Martinelli, Odegaard or Saka, Fabio Vieira can take any of those positions, and Smith Rowe can probably take any of those positions as well. Even Gabriel Jesus can play on the right side. That is why he used to play for Man City if you want to bring Ketia in. So everyone has to play well every single day. Martinelli gets a 7 as well. His energy is great. I think he was better against Leicester and Crystal Palace, but his energy is great. He never stops running. The first goal from Odegaard, it probably should have been Martinelli's goal. He decided to shoot with his left foot. Maybe decision making. Some of you are saying during preseason that Martinelli needs to improve in terms of his finishing. I still don't agree that. If you still feel like he's great at finishing, But yeah, this game in Crystal Palace, he got a couple of one-on-one chances, but it went directly to the goalkeeper. And actually against Crystal Palace, he shot it off target, but his energy is great. Like anyone who's marking Martinelli, you're going to have a tough game because he's just going to run every single time. And he's creating a very good understanding with this guy behind him. And that is what we love to see. So Martinelli gets a 7 for today. And then our striker, the best striker in the league, the best number 9 in the world. Lewandowski learned from this guy. Haaland learned from this guy. His name is Gabriel Jesus. Another brilliant performance. Like just his run for the first goal when he went past 5 players, that alone gives him a 7. That alone gives him a 7 because he basically opened up the game for us within 5 minutes. Nothing to worry about. No, 20 minutes without a goal, 30 minutes without a goal, you get worried. 40 minutes, no. 5 minutes, Jesus is up to the game. And sometimes people usually say players need like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to get into the game, get the energy into the game, get going. No, Jesus needs the whistle to be blown, and he's right on you right away. He's pressing you. He's going to get the ball. He's going to run past players. Look at him celebrating. That wasn't his goal. Just know that wasn't his goal. He was celebrating Odegaard's goal. He looks very happy already as an Arsenal player, and you have a lot of pictures of that. He was celebrating throughout the game. He was looking dangerous. He played all 90 minutes today, and I think that will definitely help him. At Man City, remember, for those guys who are saying he never played at Man City, you are right. He played 2 games at Man City, and then the next game he's on the bench, and then the next game he comes on for 5 minutes. The next game is being played on the right side. The next game, Sterling is going to play with Mahrez. The next game, Jesus is on the bench again. Like at Arsenal, he's going to start every single game, and he's going to play 90 minutes most of them, and he's going to enjoy himself. And if he stays fit for the entire season, like there's no doubt he's going to get more than 20 goals. Let's be honest, like he's going to get chances, especially if Saka decides to let him take a few penalties, which he's not great at. He's not perfect. At Man City, he never used to be great at penalties. I still prefer Saka on penalties, but whoever is confident, just take the penalty. I don't really care. Whoever is confident at the time, just take the penalty. So he gets an 8 for today. He got an assist, and I think he's being owned by 80% of managers in Fantasy Premier League. That is the most anyone has ever been owned since the start of FPL. That shows you something. Jesus gets an 8. So let's go to the bench players. They weren't on for too long, but I am going to give Tomiyasu a 6 because they played for 20 minutes in there. You still have to keep the clean sheet at the end. 6. Smith Rowe was very involved. He created a couple of chances. I'm going to give him a 6. Keita did lose a couple of balls. Sometimes he was being kicked out of the ball so easily or being dragged out of the ball so easily, but I'm feeling so happy in general, so I'm going to give him a 6. Tierney and Lokonga aren't on for too long, so Tierney 5 and Lokonga 5. So let me know if you saw someone in the chat saying El Neni should be coming on instead of Lokonga. Let me know what you make of that. I don't really care. I don't really think that matters a lot, whoever comes on. The game is done. El Neni will get his chance, and El Neni is one of those players who doesn't really mind. That is why I love him. He doesn't really mind whether he comes on. He probably knows I'm not needed today. He will be needed maybe sometime next week. He'll probably play against Fulham. Hopefully we do get the job done early. And Tierney, I have a feeling he might start next week, but Zinchenko is looking so good. But since it's Fulham, I don't want to underestimate Fulham. I think Fulham are looking better than Bournemouth right now. And Mitrovic is such a threat from aerial balls. So I don't know. So I don't know if Tierney is going to start instead of Zinchenko, give him a rest, because after that we have Aston Villa, Man United, and the Europa League is starting, and the Carabao Cup is starting. So they are going to get their chances. Let's go to the manager. I've given him a 9, man. I had to give him a 9. Like there's a lot of, let's go through the stats again. This is the first time Arsenal are winning 2 away games at the beginning of a season without conceding a goal for the first time since 1993. So we beat Crystal Palace 2-0. We beat Bournemouth 3-0. No goals conceded, 2 wins. That is the first time that has happened in 2 away games in a row at the beginning of the campaign since 1993. How many of you were born? Yeah, probably less than half. So it happened way before we were here. And then the next one was 9 points out of 9. That is the first time that is happening since 2003. that season we went on to win the season unbeaten. Can it happen again? Let's hope so. The other thing is the first half we totally dominated it. He has the confidence of keeping the same team. The understanding looks to be great, and it definitely helps that since watching the Amazon documentary, I've really had the more respect for him and the rest of the players. The way he does his team talk, absolutely amazing. So he gets a 9 for today, cannot complain. He's looking happy. Great. We really want him to succeed. I really do not like waking up in the morning and seeing Arteta out. That is definitely not what we need. So if you are saying that right now, he's just going to ignore you. I really pray that he does well at us. We really want him to do well at Arsenal. The team is looking definitely better right now, and hopefully if they can get a couple of players in before the end of the transfer window, things are looking great for the rest of the campaign. So 9 for him, 3 wins out of 3. Compare that to last season, it was 3 losses out of 3. Definitely a lot of improvement. So those are your player ratings.